All right, man. Let's talk. So Jalen Duren makes first team All NBA. Shout out to K for making. Um, I'm in third team All NBA. Jalen Duren, first team All NBA. If I didn't say it right. K Cunningham. I was surprised. We was talking about this at the gym, and I was like, he gonna make first. He gonna make an All NBA team. You know what I'm saying? I said that, and it just it made a lot of sense. Now the thing about it is they changed the voting. You know what I'm saying? They changed the voting in All NBA team, so you don't even have to have a center on the team anymore. I believe I think one of the teams didn't even have a center on them. The second team. So it was like we'll get to. I think it was whatever. But K made the first team. Shout out to him. I speak about a little bit of that on the end. Jalen Duren, All NBA now can net him $287 million deal. Duren didn't agree to a rookie extension with the Pistons, which means the additional $37 million he's eligible for will have to be negotiated. So hold on. I don't even sign up for this because I picked this article. So let's see if we can just hurry up and sign up with this. Do. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. So let's get this back up there. So, excuse me. My bad. Okay, what is going on here? There we go. I don't know what's going on. Here you go. Another year, another Pistons player newly eligible for a salary bump on Sunday. Pistons forward Jalen Duren was named to the All NBA third team. The honor makes him eligible for a $9 million annual raise in this next contract. Duren was the lone player to qualify for a salary bump from the All NBA award announced Sunday evening. Guards Tyrese Maxey was named All NBA third team, will be eligible for a Supermax contract next season, but that's contingent on a second consecutive All NBA honor, so he got to get another one. A year ago, Duren's teammate K Cunningham was the only All NBA player to net the extra $9 million annually after leading the Pistons to their first winning record since 2017. Cavaliers for Evan Mobley got the same bump in 2025, but it was for winning Defensive Player of the Year. Cunningham was named to the All NBA first team, making him and Duren the first Pistons teammates to do both be All NBA since Chauncey Billups and Ben Wallace in 2006. 22-year-old Duren had a breakout season, 19.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, shooting 65% from the team. That was the top seed in the Eastern Conference before losing to the Cavaliers in the second round. The Pistons are expected to offer Duren a one-year, $9.6 million qualifying offer before June 30th, which would make him a restricted free agent. But Duren's All-NBA now makes him eligible for an additional $9 million per year, which makes him his free agent more complex. Prior to earning All-NBA, Duren was eligible for a max contract 5 years, $239.3 million, but the All-NBA honors allow Duren to seek a 5-year contract, $287 million. The 6'10" forward is in the final year of his $20 million rookie contract, which paid him roughly $6.5 million. Duren, who the Pistons took 13th overall in 2022, did not sign a rookie extension, which means his 30% salary bump isn't automatically triggered like K Cunningham contract. Instead, it will have to be negotiated. Despite a stellar regular season, Duren had a lackluster playoffs, which contributed to the Pistons' 7-game loss to the Cavaliers. In 14 postseason games, he averaged 10.2 points per game, roughly half of what this regular season average. The Pistons president of Operation Trajan Langdon told reporters on Tuesday that the team plans to make re-signing Duren a major priority regardless of his playoff performances. JD had a fantastic season. Langdon said, quote, "All-star, one of the biggest contributors to us being a number one seed. We look forward to coming together with his representation, getting the deal done for him, continue to be a Piston." So, at the end of the day, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Obviously, we was debating this at the gym. I said he's going to make an All-NBA team, and he did. So, he's a restricted free agent, so other teams can negotiate and match that. I don't know if they can do a sign and trade still with him being restricted. I believe they can. So, I mean, shit, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. The keep of the beam. I mean, can't knock him. Can't really knock it, dog. Can't knock it at all. Can't knock it at all, man. He put the work in. He struggled, in the playoffs, and it happens. Nobody is going to be a finished product, and how they, people see the performances K have. People have struggles, and people figure it out. And I just think we so used to these guys, not figuring it out. We used to these guys not figuring it out, not developing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we see it all the time. A lot of these guys don't develop. They don't figure it out. They don't get a better jump shot. They don't, it's a lot of things that they don't do. You know what I'm saying? But you do have some guys that do end up developing, that do figure it out, that do break through, and they pretty much gonna have to bank on, they're gonna have to bank on him and him figuring it out. But LeBron thinks he'll figure it out. So let's let LeBron cook.
Yeah, Jalen Duren, had a great year, all-star this year, and it was his first, I think I remember a quote from, I think it was Jared Allen, maybe last year, the year before, when they lost to, I think it was the Knicks, and he said maybe the lights were a little bit too bright,
Right.
and so you have to go through something at times, and some people probably forget he said that because he played so damn great in Game 7. He's been playing great in the postseason. So Jalen Duren is young. He's still a young talent, and he's going to have his moment where the lights probably won't feel too bright to him, and he'll shine through. So that's all part of the progression. Yeah, Jalen Duren, had a great year, all-star this year.
Obviously, he meant Duren, but it is what it is. And you're right. Thing could be he goes somewhere else and he starts shining, and people say, and then we need a center, and people say, damn, we should have waited. People are impatient. People are in win now mode. And that's K's guy, so I think they're gonna figure it out. But if somebody come and offer him the super max, I mean, he can take it. He got to put food on the table for his family. He was just making $6.5 million a year. Some people might be damn near making that in NIL. And I got an opportunity to make almost $60 million on average in the next deal. And I put myself in position to do that. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody have fought him for trying to do that. So, ultimately it was a lot of backlash. I'm pretty sure, he really wasn't feeling what the media was saying about him, or the people in Detroit was saying about him. I get it. But you come back and have a monster here in the monster playoffs, next year. I don't think people are gonna forget that. So they really got a job to do to make this contract happen. And it's always somebody that's willing to pay that chicken. You got to understand. And who has the money, or a team that's willing to do a sign and trade, we give you this, that, and the third, and it may be beneficial, but I think he'll be back. It's K-Boy. And they're going to believe in his talents. They're going to give him some things to work on. They know his work ethic, and they're going to trust that he comes back stronger, more skillful, still only 22 years old. And then they still got to assign a Sar Thompson. So, it's going to be interesting, because how you really going the upgrades of his roster is going to bank on the draft. And you got to remember, San Antonio thrived on that. People, forget that the Oklahoma City Thunder general manager came from that system. Think about it. One of the reasons they were able to outlast the Detroit Pistons was from the simple fact of they drafted Tony Parker. They drafted Manu Ginobili in the second round. Tony Parker late first. They drafted Kawhi Leonard in the middle of the draft. Made a trade for him with Indiana. They made some good moves to increase the longevity. Drafted Tim Duncan. They made some good moves, and where the Pistons, turned at, where they wouldn't be able to mature at. Didn't take Carmelo, didn't take Bosh, didn't take Wade. You know what I'm saying? Missed out on Book, missed out on Devon Mitchell. I think missed out on Kawhi Leonard. You can go on and on and on. That was the difference between San Antonio having more longevity and being competitive than the 2010s, and the Pistons not. So you got to bank on your player development. You know what I'm saying? But also, you're also in a position where you need some guys to you do need some guys to be able to get you a bucket. You don't want to waste Cade prime years like most people feel like they wasted the prime years of Grant Hill. But hey, it is what it is, or it is what it ain't. Well, shout out to Cade. He made first team all NBA. They amended the rule for him to be able to play just like I think 64 games. He should have played 65. Him and Luka, they both made first team all NBA. So shout out to them, man. But hey, check out Detroit Pistons to our playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, the whole nine. Peace.